when I was younger and a bit more crazy, I called one of these Maulanas, or one of these Beeves, or one of these Babas, whatever you want to call them. I called him and I said, listen, I've got my sister who's married to a guy and I don't like that guy. So I want to cause divorce between my sister and her husband. But my sister is a Wahhabi and she doesn't believe in these things. That's what they call anybody who doesn't, follow their way. So he said to me, bring me a picture of her and come and see me at the masjid. I'm not going to say which masjid it was, but it's a big masjid. And I went there. Before I went on Google Images and I typed in hijabi and I printed off the first picture that came and I went to this guy. And this guy, wallahi, I went into the office and there were like 4 or 5 people sat around, and subhanallah, I went to the shop on Alam Rock Road and I bought a green turban and I bought the Nalain, which is the badge of the sandal, and I plopped that on my forehead. I went all in, subhanallah. And I took somebody with me, and I had a camera which was recording, like a pen camera, subhanallah. And I went all in, and they said, right, okay, wait here until the Maulana, until the Shaykh, he's ready to see you. And then we waited for a few minutes, whatever it may be, and then we went through to the next room. And it was dark. And there was a table, and the table was covered in food, and behind the table there was an overweight man reclining down. Just imagine indulgence and everything that the Sunnah is not. That was that person there. And he was so arrogant, subhanallah, and he was willing to write for me an amulet, a taweez, in order to cause divorce between this woman of Google and who was supposedly my sister. I made up a name, I made up a date of birth in order to expose this person. And he was willing to write me an amulet. So there are real people who cause real harm. Okay? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, وَلَقَدْ عَلِمُوا لَمَنِ اشْتَرَاهُ مَا لَهُ فِي الْآخِرَةِ مِنْ خَلَاقٍ. Those people, they know that whoever has any portion of sihr, he has no portion of the hereafter.